Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner gave us a French Open final in 2025 that will live long in the memory. A titanic, bruising, beautiful battle between the sport's two brightest stars, a contest that didn't just meet the moment, it defined it. But where does it sit among the pantheon of Grand Slam finals? To understand that, we must revisit history. The Open era has given us masterpieces, duels soaked in drama, resilience, heartbreak, and legacy. Matches where legends were made and destinies rewritten. And in that spirit, here is a celebration of the 10 greatest Grand Slam men's singles finals of the Open era, viewed through the lens of quality, context, rivalry, stakes, and unforgettable moments. We begin at number 10, a final that time often forgets, but purists never will. Wimbledon 2014. Novak Djokovic vs Roger Federer. A clash of titans. A war of wills. Federer, already a 7-time champion, had rediscovered his finest form. Djokovic, hungry to reclaim his Grand Slam mojo, was out to silence the doubts. The match was electric. Federer struck first blood in a tiebreaker that felt like a masterclass in composure. Djokovic, never one to fade, responded with that signature steely resolve. He took the next 2 sets, including a third-set tiebreak, to edge ahead. In the fourth, Djokovic looked ready to close the door, storming to a 5-2 lead. But Federer was not done. He reeled off 5 straight games, a comeback that had center court roaring, to force a decider. The fifth set was trench warfare. Break points came and went. Then, at 5-4, Djokovic pounced. He broke Federer and fell to the turf in triumph. It was a match that had it all: quality, tension, history. And it marked Djokovic's return to Grand Slam glory. At number 9, we shift surfaces and step back in time. Paris, 1999. Andre Agassi vs Andre Medvedev. Not your typical marquee final, but a match with enormous narrative weight. Agassi was chasing history, the career Grand Slam. He had tasted bitter defeat at Roland Garros before. 3 times he had come close. This was his moment. But Medvedev had other ideas. The Ukrainian, unseated and fearless, dismantled Agassi in the first 2 sets. It looked like destiny denied. Agassi was rattled, overwhelmed, nearly out. But champions rise. And Agassi rose. He fought back with precision, belief, and relentless energy. He clawed 1 set, then another. By the 5th, he had seized control. With every passing point, the Paris crowd leaned closer. And when the final ball landed out, Agassi fell to his knees. It was not just a comeback. It was a coronation. At number 8, we go to New York. The 1988 US Open Final. Mats Wilander vs Ivan Lendl. A meeting of 2 rivals who had defined an era. Wilander, the quiet Swede, brilliant and baseline bound. Lendl, the relentless Czech machine. They had clashed in major finals before, but this was the decider. The final act of their storied saga. Wilander took the first. Lendl answered. Wilander took the third. Lendl, again, forced a 5th. It was a match of momentum shifts and marathon rallies. For 4 hours and 54 minutes, they slugged it out, the longest US Open final in history at that point. Wilander's grit shone through in the 5th. He broke Lendl's iron will and sealed the title. That win not only gave Wilander his 3rd major of the year, but also the number 1 ranking. It was the ultimate breakthrough. Now, back to 2025. Alcaraz vs Sinner. What made it special wasn't just the quality, although that was off the charts. It wasn't just the rallies, though they had us gasping. It was the symbolism, the passing of the torch, the rivalry that will define the next decade taking shape in real time. Sinner started with aggression. Alcaraz countered with artistry. The 3rd set alone, 95 minutes of pure tennis ecstasy, was a microcosm of everything great about the sport. And yet, it wasn't just shot-making. It was heart. It was belief. It was 2 young champions pushing each other beyond their limits. It was mental toughness, tactical chess, and raw emotion. When Alcaraz collapsed to the clay in triumph, it felt like the beginning of something much bigger. As we ascend this list, we'll revisit other classics. Nadal-Federer at Wimbledon 2008. Djokovic-Nadal at the 2012 Australian Open. Murray's breakthrough. Del Potro's giant killing. And yes, that unforgettable 2009 Australian Open final between Nadal and Federer that left both men in tears. But through it all, the Alcaraz-Sinner showdown will remain etched into memory, not only for what it was, but for what it signals. A new age is here. And grass, hard, clay, no matter the surface, these two are just getting started.